I'd like to call this meeting to order. It's Tuesday, February 18th, 2014. We're meeting for the purposes of the regular meeting of the Elmhurst City Council. I would ask that you all rise and join me in the Pledge of Allegiance. Pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Clerk Spencer, would you please call the roll to establish a quorum?
Gutenkopf. Here. Deuter.
Here.
Dunn.
Here.
Leader.
Here.
Polumsky.
Here.
Graham.
Here.
Hipskett.
Here.
York.
Here.
Levin.
Here.
Healy.
Here.
Onquist.
Here.
Kennedy, absent. Mulliner, absent. Wagner.
Here.
12 present, 2 absent.
12 present, 2 absent. We have a quorum. Agenda item number 3, written receipt of communications from the public. At this time, is there anybody in the audience who has any written communication they would like to submit to the council at this time? Seeing none, we'll move on to public forum. Agenda item number 4. This is an opportunity for any member of the audience to address the city council. This is a public forum. We look forward to hearing your comments, but not a Q&A. We ask that you keep your comments to 3 minutes. If you go over 3 minutes, I'll give you a gentle reminder and ask you to wrap it up. Clerk Spencer, is there anybody at this time who has signed up for public forum?
Yes, Mr. Mayor. Claude Pagash, 566 West Gladys.
Mr. Pagash? Here.
Static. Claude Pagash, 566 West Gladys. I had an opportunity to pick up the local paper and find out that we got a little project that's now going to cost us about $8.5 million. Started out as 6. Basic argument, it was the unforeseen. $600,000 worth of unforeseen. Having worked in private construction, when an owner receives a bill like that, it kind of drags on every engineer, architect, and anybody he had that was involved in the project and tells them, you guys better come up with some real quick answers why you cost me $600,000. Doesn't seem to have an effect on public works. What's $600,000? The whole project started out at $6 million. But it's on the unforeseen. Unfortunately for the public, I hope that we don't have to keep on coming to endless meetings about the unforeseen. I truly would like to know how far along this project is, because if it's only about 10% started, we got a long way to run into the unforeseen. And I've noticed about this council, it throws numbers around arbitrarily, especially with this parking garage. It's going to cost this much. It's going to cost that much. Well, I haven't seen anybody say this is the final set of drawings. Now, there may be a set. Who's to say? But there is no set of drawings, so you can't take it to anybody to give you a price. And again, it's all those unforeseens. And if you go by square footage, you're in for a grand surprise. So somewhere along the line, this council, with its grand dreams, as I've asked before, better start thinking about whether it has the funding to pull these grand dreams off. Because if we keep on running into these unforeseens, this first little project you got going may double in price. You've already decided one way or another that you have to cut putting in water lines and water meters, and pretty soon you'll have to take out repairing streets, and then what comes next? Eliminating the salaries of the workers of the town so you can pay for these dreams. And the public reaches a point where you can't keep on tapping them.
Mr. Pagash, you're at your 3 minutes. I'd ask you to wrap it up.
Certainly. So all I'm asking this council to do is consider that all these little projects you have unforeseens. that cost the public dearly.
Clerk
That's all
Spencer?
who signed in, Mr. Mayor.
That's everyone who signed in. Is there anyone else in the audience who did not have an opportunity to sign in on our sign-up sheet that would like to address the council? If so, please raise your hand. Seeing none, we'll move on. Agenda item number 5, announcements. Any announcements this evening? Clerk Spencer.
Once again, the city of Elmhurst will be an early voting location for the upcoming March 18th, 2014 primary election. My office is proud to announce extended hours, weekday hours, and Saturday hours. Early voting begins March 3rd, concludes March 15th, and the hours are right here in council chambers, Monday through Friday, 8:30 to 7:30 p.m., and Saturdays, 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. And just remember, for early voting, you do need to show some identification. Thank you.
Thank you, Clerk Spencer. Any other announcements? Alderman Bram.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. I just want to announce once again about the North York Corridor Plan upcoming vision workshop. I believe that is on February 25th at 6 o'clock here at City Hall. Thank you.
Yes, that's correct. Alderman Gutenkopf.
Yes, there's a relatively new radio station in DuPage County, WCKG AM 1530, and in February they are focusing on Elmhurst for the entire month, and I hope you'll all tune in on the weekends and hear a little bit more about our community on AM 1530.
Very good. I will be interviewed on that radio show, but I'm not really sure the date. But I'll let you know. Alderman York.
Thank you, Your Honor. On this Thursday, February 20th, the annual Chef Fest is going to be held at Drury Lane Theater. It benefits the Elmhurst Memorial Hospital Foundation. 5:30 cash bar, and details can be found at emhfoundation.org. Thank you.
Okay, any other announcements this evening? Seeing none, we'll move on to the consent agenda, agenda item number 6. Are there any items on the consent agenda that any alderman would like to see removed to possibly further discuss or provide additional comment? Any items removed from the consent agenda this evening? Seeing none, I will ask for a motion for approval of the consent agenda as noted in our agenda. Motion by Alderman Deuter, second by Alderman York. Clerk Spencer, please call the roll.
Deuter.
Aye.
York.
Aye.
Levin.
Aye.
Healy.
Aye.
Honquist.
Aye.
Kennedy absent. Mulliner absent. Wagner.
Aye.
Gutenkopf.
Aye.
Dunn.
Aye.
Leader.
Aye.
Palumski.
Aye.
Graham.
Aye.
Hipskin.
Aye.
12 ayes, 0 nays, 2 absent.
12 ayes, 0 nays. That motion carries. On to agenda item 7, reports and recommendations of appointed and elected officials. 7.1, the mayor. Two really, hopefully, recommendations. In my ongoing effort to keep the various boards and commissions full here in Elmhurst, I want to let the public know that we have available slots on the Historic Preservation Commission and also the Commission on Youth. If you are interested, there are applications on the city website. You can fill them out and deliver them to the clerk's office here at City Hall. Another item of note is that one of the positions that is open on the commission, we like to have a real estate attorney in that position. So if that's your particular practice, we'll give you high consideration on that one. But that's it for me. Historic Preservation Commission. City Manager Grabowski.
Thank you. I have a few things. This evening, the EDC, the Economic Development Commission, hosted a Women in Business Forum at the Wilder Mansion, and from what I understand, it was very well attended. So we appreciate all their efforts towards that. A couple other things. We'll be meeting with Morningside this week to continue the negotiations of the RDA for the Hahn Street property. And regarding the Addison Street garage project, the Zoning and Planning Commission concluded their public input for their public meeting input last week, and the chairman was holding the record open for another week, allowing for written testimony to be submitted. They will begin their deliberations on the 27th of February, Thursday evening. And then a couple comments about the weather. Meeting or so ago, I was asked about where we stand in terms of the budget and overtime and salt expenses. I did send something out to the city council regarding that, but since then, obviously, we've had even more weather. What we know is that so far to date, we've gotten over 66 inches of snow, which puts us at the 5th snowiest winter in recorded history for Chicago area, and it's also the 5th coldest, with 21 days below zero so far. We've used 3,300 tons of salt so far this winter, and obviously that has its implications. We have repaired 53 water main breaks this year. So in addition to plowing the snow, the crews have been very, very busy repairing water main breaks, some of them more visible than others. And then also, as some of the aldermen know, because we received calls, we've gone out on calls that we've received for 41 frozen water services. And that probably isn't everyone in town who has a frozen water service. Hopefully with the warmer weather coming this week, some of those issues will go away, but of course that leads to other issues, which is the melting of the snow and possible rain on Thursday. So we are asking the residents to help us out, because we have some 7,000 inlets in town, to help us clear those inlets from snow, so that the water will have a place to go to, instead of ponding in the street and possibly on property. We are out as public works crews clearing them in some of the lower lying areas. We'll hit those first, and then as we can, we'll go to other areas to help clear them. But if you could put the word out to your constituents to help clear those inlets over the next few days, that would be helpful to us.
Very good. Any other reports and recommendations? Alderman Bram.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. I was hoping to get a report from the city manager in regards to the Public Works Director position that we currently have open, as well as the Marketing Communication Director position, not Director, Marketing Communication position we have open. How many applicants have currently submitted, and when is the expectation or deadline we expect both of these positions to be filled?
Mr. Grabowski, if you can give us an update.
Thank you. For the Public Works Director, I have it down to 8 finalists, and we are going through to separate those into two bands for interviews, and I will be beginning those interviews in the next week or so, next week or two. I put that on hold for a little bit to take care of some other vacancies that happen in the Public Works Department and the promotions that I think everybody's aware of. Regarding the Communications Director, I think we received some 170 applications for that position. So the Human Resource Department and the Assistant Manager have been sorting through those applications to get it down to a smaller number for us to look through and set up interviews. If all goes well, I would look for an April date for that person to start, assuming that they have to give some time to their current employer.
And did you provide a date for the Public Works Director position to be filled? And how many initial applicants were there for that?
I believe there were 90 applicants for that. There were 70 applicants for that. And I would give a similar time frame, assuming that we can coordinate interviews within the next week or two.
Thank you.
Very good. Any other reports and recommendations? Seeing none, we'll move on to other business. Any other business? I'll ask for a motion to adjourn. Motion by Alderman York, second by Alderman Levin. All in favor, say aye. Aye. Opposed? We're adjourned. Thank you.